What's going on, guys? My name is Tyler and welcome back to the channel for another very important AMC update video. So in this video, we're basically going to be going over the rundown of why this upcoming week may be very volatile. We are sitting at a pivotal moment right under that $40 resistance level and ultimately right above our support level at about $33 per share. So I think you're going to see a decent sized move either over $40 or obviously back down to $33. You guys get mad at me when I say I think the stock's going to go up. So that is only my personal opinion. Never base your expectations off of these videos or any other video. I'm not a financial advisor, not a financial planner, or your dad. So don't listen to anything that is said in any YouTube videos. But I do think next week will be good, but it will be volatile nevertheless. We have to talk about why, give you guys all the facts and data that you need to know about. With that being said, guys, we're also going to take a look at the hedge funds and institutions and their 13F filings to reflect the bullish sentiment of hedge funds and institutions with AMC stock, because we all do know, just like the last two times around when we went through gamma squeezes, right before those squeezes actually happened, you've seen a ton of buying and bullish sentiment from the hedge funds and institutions. So some are going short, some are going long on AMC. I think this is overall a great thing, and we have to talk about this and much more in this video. So with that being said, guys, make sure to smash that like button for me, as well as consider subscribing to the channel. Also comment down below, let me know what you think this next upcoming week will be by the end of this video, once you guys get my reasoning of why I think it will be volatile. So with that being said, guys, let's first acknowledge the chart. Like I said, this is obvious to see. We are pretty much pinned at a low of about $33 and our resistance level at about $40. So we're obviously gonna break out to the upside or the downside, in my opinion. The number one thing you guys gotta watch for, like I say in all these videos, is to see the volume come back in. But if you have not watched these videos before and you are concerned about AMC, this is a great trade. That is why we are buying the dip. We are doing what we do. We are holding on to the stock because we've seen the volume come down over tenfold, but we have not seen the share price coming down. So that is telling you guys, without even knowing other people or other apes, I should say, that they're actually holding onto their shares for a majority part. So I think this looks very bullish. I think the technicals look bullish, but it could go either way, so do not get confused on that. That is all I want to point out about the technicals, guys. Just watch the volume, see if it comes back into the stock. Now let's talk about earnings. And Adam Aron, he did tweet today officially announcing that the earnings call will be August 9th. For their next earnings call will be a podcast, so you can listen. For the first time ever, we will take questions from individual investors on the call. Here's the link. Really smart questions in so far, and fascinating suggestions too. Now this is totally speculation, but there's been a lot of buzz on YouTube, on Twitter, about AMC, and they should potentially start accepting Dogecoin. And for AMC as a business, I think they have much more to gain by this, just based off of hype alone. And obviously, if you are somebody that has Dogecoin and doesn't have money, then you would be able to go to the theaters. That is quite obvious. But I do think you would see a positive reaction from the stock, and ultimately that would show investors that Adam Aron and his team of executives are very aware of what is going on in the marketplace, and they want to stay up to date and keep innovating alongside the rest of the marketplace, because that is very important as AMC and a theater business. When everybody thinks theaters are going away eventually, in the next 20 years theaters are going away, you guys have all heard that. If they can prove to be the outstanding theater chain and actually make it through this and become profitable again, I think that'll be huge for the company. As we do know, cryptocurrencies are likely going to be the future, believe it or not. 20 years from now, I think everybody will have used crypto for some form of the other. There will be a government crypto for that matter. So I do think you'd see a positive reaction for AMC stock. But as far as AMC being volatile this next upcoming week, keep in mind, like I said, the earnings call is not until August 9th. That is Monday. So this is not this upcoming week. That is next Monday. But typically, if you guys are newer investors, you may not know this, but you will usually see an earnings run up going into earnings, especially like AMC's earnings they're about to have, that are very important. We want to see solid guidance. We want to see at least matching analyst expectations. If that happens with positive guidance, I think earnings will be very good. But nevertheless, this upcoming week, you're gonna see that earnings run up, or you're gonna see the stock actually go down into earnings. And Thursday and Friday will be very important days to be mindful of, because obviously, typically the past, I don't even know, about 5 weeks now, we have been severely red on Thursday and Friday of every single week. If we are not, then that is likely going going to be the earnings run up, and then it's really a coin flip. Usually if you see that earnings run up, so if next week is positive for AMC, then you are likely to see AMC go down a little bit on earnings unless they provide good guidance, which I think is going to be the case. So we could get a 2-for-1 kind of situation where we see an earnings run up and then we see a gap up after earnings and after we see the results of the business for the last quarter. Now, as far as everything else you guys need to know going into this trading week, we're going to kind of pick up the pace and start going through this information pretty fast because I don't want to make a 30-minute long video just giving you guys this information. But as far as the Stocko tracker data is concerned and how many contracts are in the money and the potential for a gamma squeeze, this is off the table. Everybody has been buying contracts that are super far out the money, and there is no chance of a gamma squeeze at least until August 20th. But that is good news, kinda, that we're only about 19 days away from this expiration date. So we're gonna have quite a bit of time to accumulate contracts that are in the money and out the money. Currently, out the money contracts at this August 20th date is almost 200,000, whereas in the money is already 40,665 contracts. So I think you're looking at a significant chance for a gamma squeeze if we do see that increase in price coming by August 20th. So there's some good news there. There's some bad news as well. We obviously don't have a chance of a gamma squeeze with only 2,400 for in the money contracts August 13th, and for this upcoming Friday you're only looking at 8,000 that are going to be already in the money. So there's no chance of a gamma squeeze here. But let's move on to the Ortex data and then get into the Fintel data and take a look at the bullish sentiment of hedge funds and institutions with AMC stock. So we do have the current short interest percentage of free float. This is an estimation of 15.21%, which if these numbers are correct, that is a big if. Take this information with a grain of salt. This is still a very large amount, and statistically we are prone for a very large short squeeze, but AMC is much different. Everybody knows about AMC. It doesn't really matter if another stock has 15% short interest because there's not as many eyeballs on the stock. We have a whole group of people or multiple groups of people that are waiting to get in on this, whether you're a FOMO buyer and just buy anything that is up 50, 100% in any given day. We see a lot of those people out there. Please don't be those people. But nevertheless, you have a lot of people that are waiting to get in on this once the short squeeze does actually start. So I think AMC is much different if these numbers are correct, guys. That is a big if. Then this is still a very large amount. This is not even considering synthetic short positions, naked short positions, and all the other variables that we cannot account for with AMC stock. But the estimated current shares are sold short of almost 78 million shares. Guys, relative to the volume that we are seeing, about 40 to even 60 million in volume a day, that is a large amount. If every single share had to be covered, if they were forced recalled on their short positions, you would see a massive move to the upside. It would be incredible. And like I said, relative to the volume, that is really what matters here. So that is pretty much all you guys need to know from the Ortex data. The share utilization is at 91.63%. So meaning it is a pretty hard stock to borrow, and the cost to borrow should be going up. But keep in mind the free flow on loan is at almost 20% relative to the short interest only at 15.21%. This is telling you guys that there is a pretty significant amount of shares that are held in people's brokerage accounts waiting to either sell AMC short, so we could see the short interest start to go up, or to simply return these shares, and that will be reflected right here with the return shares and the borrowed shares. Keep in mind, this is not saying shares that were actually covered. These are return shares and borrowed shares, so don't get that twisted. If you see a lot of return shares, it's not necessarily shorts are covering their short positions. Now, as far as the Fintel data is concerned, guys, we're seeing a lot of bullish sentiment. We're seeing much more firms that are reporting via their 13F filings that they are holding onto their whole entire AMC position, and a lot of these positions are in between. Look, $33 right here, $35 right here, another 33, 33, 17, you know, still really high amounts. So you're seeing a lot of buying that is going in at these prices. We're going to be going over a large pension fund in the next video that actually bought about 300,000 shares, and we're going to talk about why this is so important and why it's such a good thing in a further video later on tonight. So you guys definitely want to stay tuned for that one. But as you guys can see, the overall sentiment here is very bullish. Obviously, the white and gray are firms that are holding onto their whole entire positions. They haven't trimmed any, they haven't sold out any, they haven't bought any more. Obviously, the green is brand new positions, whereas the red are firms that have completely sold out. So the overall bullish sentiment is very strong here. We're just going to want to see how bullish this does get, because obviously we still have a while until all the 13F filings do have to be publicized. But if we do take it back, go back in history for you guys, right before we did see this gamma squeeze event with AMC stock this last time around, June 1st through June 3rd, you've seen a ton of buys going in, literally no sells from May 19th all the way up until we squeeze. This is all right before, literally a couple weeks before, and then after you still didn't see a sell until July 9th. So I think it's very important to keep in mind the bullish sentiment of hedge funds and institutions, because ultimately they will cause the mother of all short squeezes as well. We are the holding variable here. We hold the majority of shares, so we ultimately dictate the price here. But when hedge funds and institutions are getting in on this, getting long on this, buying shares, buying calls, whatever they're doing, that is going to increase the buying power and ultimately help squeeze out the shorts that have short positions in AMC. So when you hear hedge funds and institutions and bullish about AMC, you should always think that is a good thing. Buying power is buying power regardless where it is coming from. So these are really the most important things you guys need to know going into next week. Obviously, there's a lot of proposed rule changes we have to go over. There's a lot of things, even the double-edged sword effect, where the stock market may go down as AMC goes up, as short sellers are forced to liquidate their riskiest positions. And that is something we'll talk about in follow-up videos later tonight and tomorrow. If you guys want to see those videos as soon as they're posted, make sure to click that notification bell as well as subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to like the video to help push this information out to as many people as possible, and let me know how many shares of AMC you own down below in the comment section. I pretty much respond to every single comment, or at least I try my very best to do so. Also, we just hit a over 400% winning trade, taking less than $100 into over $430 just on Thursday and Friday. So if you guys want to be notified in real time every time a trade is made in AMC or any other stock, which I am looking to make a decently large options trade as well as buy more shares in AMC before earnings does come around. Once we get confirmation and I can lead into one direction or the other, we'll be making a trade on that. If you guys want to be notified, like I said, in real time, check out the link for the buy and sell alerts. It literally pays for itself. Also, if you guys want to join a great brokerage that does not use payment for order flow, your orders go straight to the lit exchanges and ultimately help the AMC movement a little bit more and help play your part, then check out the link for public. No deposit necessary, no need to link a bank account. Get up to $70 in your choice free stock, and it only takes about 3 minutes to get your free stock. So definitely check those links out. Until then, you guys have a great night. I will see you in the next video.